Speak it out, but daily desk. Mahonero wako panyayai. Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, speak it out. Daughter, yeah, speak it out. Why don't you speak it out? Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, yeah. Now all is green.
Hello guys, welcome back to Speak It Out on Daily Desk. This is your host, Ali Green, the host with the most. Guys, we are back with another exciting episode. Today we have got Shanice in the building. And we'll be talking about what society expects from men. Oh, that topic from a lady is something else. And I think all of you are curious to hear from her. Shanice, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
You know, like, I'm so surprised it's the first time in the studio here where a lady is standing on men's side.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
I am.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think everyone is like trying to be curious, like, what is Shanice trying to do here?
Exactly.
So who is Shanice?
All right, Shanice is, so it's Shanice Artistic Mind Sarah. That's my stage name.
I think we need to check that one again. Please, they didn't hear it.
Shanice Artistic Mind Sarah.
Wow.
That's the stage name.
How did you come up with a name like that?
I'm someone who has a deep passion for the arts and artistic mind. Then Zara was just a name that I just picked from the Arabic list.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
It's like Sarah or Zara.
Oh, it's like Sarah. Okay. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, how was your day? How is your day? Like, how is your day going?
It's okay. It's going good. And now that I'm here, I'm excited to
be here today.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we'll be sharing some thoughts. So, what gave you the idea of standing on men's side, like on taking men's side?
For many years, women have been the center of, fighting for gender equality, feminism, and all that. And men have been, we know that the patriarchy society has always been there.
Yes.
But then with that, men have been ignored and has been happening in the society in terms of suicides, depression, and that is from the men's side. And so I just thought, why not speak out the whole thing?
Wow. So do you have like someone or someone in your family or a friend or a brother that you saw these things happening to them and you decided like, let me do this? Was it influenced by something?
Not anyone in particular, but looking at social media, that's where I got the idea. Looking at social media and how people share. I actually came across a post where a man had a hidden ID, sharing what they're going through and how it's affecting them and all that. So that triggered my thought, and that's how I came up with the whole thing. Yes.
Wow. But like, what's your own thought of them like not speaking out on their own? Like, because it's rare when we find men speaking out there, like maybe there's gender-based violence in their life or they're being abused or anything is happening to them. They keep it to themselves. They don't say, they don't even share with their friends. What do you think can be the cause of that?
I think it's mainly our society that puts that wall or boundaries as to what men should be and what men should do or what they should say or how they are expected to act. So mostly if you see a man coming to you crying, saying, I'm going through this, or sharing their journey in general or their whatever they're going through in general, it's rare. So I think society has a lot to do with that, and men actually buy into that, which is bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the word bad, but
so are you like blaming all this on society or putting it on society because like do they some of them, they've got what can I say? They have got decisions that they can make. They can go to counseling. They can speak about it, because now we have got many ways of expressing your feelings or of talking about anything. And there's counselors. It's more private.
Yeah.
What do you think is not giving them the idea of going there to get help or to speak to someone?
Getting back to the whole society thing, it all goes back to how men are groomed, or how a person is groomed from birth. From birth, we know that men are supposed to be strong, bold, assertive, and all that. And that alone creates that kind of shield that men put on, so that they don't have to share, they keep it to themselves, which then leads to bigger things like suicides, as I've said. So I think that's another thing.
So, like, what do you think? Because it might be their ego. Because these days, everywhere we go, it's written about like fighting for mental health awareness, mental health. Whenever you go, in the TVs and the social medias and the newspapers, in the magazines, everywhere you go, even at school, kids are learning about mental health. So, is it not their ego or their pride which is keeping them from speaking about it, or getting help about it, or talking to someone about, or facing the people who are causing them to be in that situation?
I think this whole mental health thing is coming to popularity only now, like this past 2 or 3 years, but way back it wasn't like that. And seeking mental health help, or whatever it is, was actually stigmatized, like especially here in Africa. You cannot talk to me, you cannot tell me that you are sick, I'm going for therapy. It's something that we never think of. So I think on that note, we should actually encourage more of that, like raising awareness, mental health awareness, creating safe spaces for men to actually speak. Like social media, I wouldn't say social media has done much in helping men to raise awareness, because there's a lot of mockery there's a lot of negative energy, negative attitude. It is only, so that as well creates, makes men want to just stay in their own shell, curl up, and just never speak about what they're going through. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we are here in the studio with Shanice. We are talking about what society expects from men. And please call a friend and share this live, because this topic is more interesting. We want to hear what you think. What are your thoughts? All the men in the comment section, please, can you just say something for your girl, because she is supporting you here today. Yes. And don't forget, this video is sponsored by Chido. All the dresses, occasional dresses, lobola, weddings, birthday dresses, even casual work. When you want to go to work, you just want something different, she's your girl, she can cater for you. So back to you, Miss Shanice. My first question for today is, how do you think society expects men to change overnight?
I didn't quite get that.
So how do you think society can do something so that the situations what men are going through can change overnight?
I think society has to, actually we as human beings, because if we talk of society is a whole thing with its own land, its own culture and all that. So as a whole, I don't think society can play part. I think we as individuals or as small groups can come up with solutions, or I would rather say, for men out there, it's better for you to be human. So when I say be human, I'm just trying to say that instead of you embracing that manhood or the man's jacket, just be human and allow yourself to feel all that. Express yourself, even if it means the next person is mocking you. The more you express it, the better it becomes for you inside. So men out there, I'm just saying, I hope they actually get this and express themselves more. Yeah.
Because like men on their own, whenever they're everywhere, they just want to keep this like, I'm the man. even in a relationship, you are dating someone, they always show you that I'm the man. It's not like already them, they've got that ego of like I'm in charge or I'm a leader. So does society get into that as well? Like does society play a part in that, of them being a man everywhere they are? Like, you know, when you meet men, when you're doing, maybe if, for example, you join construction, they'll underrate you, or they will look at you and like, this lady, she's doing construction and this is men's job. So what's your take on that?
So that on that note, I would say yes, our society has damaged all of us. So even for women, this applies to everyone. Even for women, we are expected to do other jobs and not do other, or even sports. You can do this, but you cannot do this. And for men, I think that also contributes to them being these, I would say, you know, misogyny. It also gives birth to misogyny, where men have that kind of that hatred for men, and I mean for women, and that is not a good thing. We should just embrace whatever we have, express ourselves, and yeah, I think that's all I can say.
Wow.
On that.
So yeah, you know, like what is happening right now these days, there are ladies who are earning much better than men. And maybe they are married, they are in a relationship, they are together. Yeah. And sometimes a man feels challenged that my wife or my girlfriend or my partner is getting more salary than me. They feel challenged. So does society take place on that as well? Because is them feeling challenged by a woman?
Society, like I said, years back, like historically, men have always been the providers. But nowadays, we see that as the world changes, women are also taking part. They're being empowered and all that. So you find out that some households, women are actually dominate the financial side of things, and for men to feel that they cannot, they are being belittled or something. I don't know how to put this, but it's normal because historically they're supposed to be providers. But then now this with this topic, we are saying that even if you cannot provide, it's okay because we are human. We're built that way. You're not wired to be a provider. It's society that is just saying you are supposed to be the provider, but it can be the other way around, and still the life keeps going and things.
So on this, like we were saying, society is taking place on that. It's feeling, because like they work with everyone, have got feelings. It's not them feeling like I'm being literate when someone is getting much, when a lady is doing better than me. Is it not within them?
Yeah, I'm getting you. It is within us as individuals. That is why I have raised a point where we must deal with ourselves and be able to feel like everyone else, be human, be more to the human side, and do not buy into how society sees you or what society says of you. Yeah, because it creates a lot of problems. That's, yeah.
Wow. Guys, please stay tuned and call a friend to call a friend. We are talking about what society expects from men today. Speak it out. We have got Miss Shanice in the building, and please kindly share this live to your friends, to your families, to every man in your life. Just say this live for them. Maybe it can be helpful for them. And don't forget, this video is sponsored by the Model Chef. She caters for cakes, birthday cakes, wedding cakes, teaching lessons, and she also make pap. Guys, those who love pap, please hit the Model Chef for that. And for those who want to learn how to bake, how to make scones, how to make platters, Model Chef is your girl, and you can take her number below on the screen. Yeah, back to you, Miss Shanice. You know, it's like when I'm hearing when another lady is talking about men, it feels different from our everyday thing, because you know we always come in like men are this, the people give them names like, oh, men are rude and stuff, and you're coming on another side of them like rubbing the right side of them, like, oh, they are okay, they are not that bad, it's because of this which is causing them to be that. Do you ever mean, like, when you have a boyfriend and they find you talking about stuff like this, do they not feel like intimidated, like a lady is standing for us?
Yeah, they do. They do. And most men actually do not like this whole topic, because they feel like it's not our position to talk about that, and they feel like they cannot admit that they are going through some things, or they cannot admit that men can also be vulnerable out there. So for male figures, I mean, those that I've shown, they look at it with a with a different perspective. But then this is what society is facing, and they should embrace that.
But how does it make you feel when you're trying to explain, like, I'm in your side, and they're not taking it like that, like you're fighting for us? You are a lady, you can't fight for us, we fight for ourselves.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, most men will be like, you don't get it, you're a man, we're just supposed to be bold, we're just supposed to be aggressive, we're just supposed to not feel anything, just to show. Like the poem that I wrote, Be Man Enough, Society's Expectation, it talks about men being expected to be lovers, tender lovers, but not loving as hard as women, because they will be labeled women. You know, when we say it's gayish on social media, when we say it's gay, that's gay, it's just normal people expressing their different side of things. But then when a man when a man laughs, when they laugh too hard, raw on the floor, we tend to say that's gay. But then that's not it. It's just a person expressing them just being human. So yeah.
Okay, so like, can you give me examples of things that you see these days are the major? They are the major forces on men's life, like the major things which men are facing every day. What society expects from them, the major things.
I would say, as we look at it, men are at a position where they have to be providers, they have to be protectors, they have to be tough, they have to be lovers and all that. So we expect that from them, and also that puts pressure on them, because the degree to which we expect men to do that is just it's just too much, I think.
And what do you think we can do to change this whole thing in them, for them to understand, like, there's people who care about them, who want to be at their side, who want to fight for them, who want them to come out from each and every situation which they're facing at the moment, or whenever they feel like, I have got depression, can I speak about it? Because we see men killing them, committing suicide, as you said. Exactly. Some men are committing suicide, some people are going through depression. So what can we do so that they can feel free, they can feel safe with us, telling us what's going on in their life? They feel safe, they don't feel judged, they feel protected.
I think men should actually be more open to sharing whatever they're feeling. Like, for example, we have Takura, the Zimbabwean musician. He came to social media and addressed that he was quitting music and all that due to some issues that he's facing. That's so bold of him to speak out and say whatever he's feeling, taking a step back. Because imagine if he did not speak about it, he just goes quiet. His fans start begging for new music, and you know how the social media is, they keep on pestering and all that. So it would have actually been worse for him. But now that he just came out, people are sympathizing with him. So I think that's what most men should do out there. Express yourself more, whatever you're feeling. Like us ladies, if I feel like I'm not okay, it's easy for me to cry to you. Even here on this, I can just open up. I think men should also do that, and we as people that are surrounding you, actually have to sympathize with you, not to judge because you're a man. We should also open our arms and listen to them and not judge as the old people used to do. Yeah.
So what you take is what can we do so that like they feel safe? Must we create a certain platforms for them so that they feel like at this platform, if I say this, I'm safe? Because some of them, they don't believe, like, as you say, we're in Africa. It's not everyone who believes in counseling, who believes in like sitting with someone, talking to them, sharing ideas, because already men, they've got an ego of being a man. So maybe at the counseling section, they meet a lady. So on that situation, like, what can we do? Because for them to believe in those things, because in Africa, it's rare for us to go for counseling.
It's rare.
It's like, it's white people's thing. We always like grew up when you want to say something, it's mostly for white people. So what do you think can be done so that we can accept the new things which are helping our mental health, which men can use to be healed, to talk to someone and get help?
Like you said, and this is Africa, and okay, in Africa we do not, I wouldn't say therapy, because that no one would actually go, and therapy, you have to pay money, you have to, exactly. So in men's groups, in their own groups, actually I spoke to this other guy. He was saying he finds it hard to open up to his male counterparts because there's a lot of, they never give solution. They actually give you the worst. Like if you say you're going through a lot, they just say, just drink and forget about it. And that's even in the bars and all that. That's how they encourage each other to keep pushing, which is not the case. So I think if we create spaces like on social media, there are groups where women talk about marriages and stuff. Men could actually do that and speak about it, utilize more of social media, even WhatsApp groups and all that, and also maybe involve women, those that because men are actually doing all this to impress men, not impress as such, but you know what I'm trying to say. So I think if men can actually be in the same room with women, when they create, let's say, a group or a space or whatever, and get to talk about those issues, not therapy as such, but get-togethers and all that, then you just get to open up. I think that would actually help, and you as an individual should just embrace this whole thing and express yourself however you want.
Okay, so you were saying like other women cry, they can even cry anyway, they can share about their own thoughts anyway, they don't mind, as long as it come out from them, they feel free, they feel better. So leaving men aside, what's your take on women who cry or who are just like open to everyone talking about their situations?
It has ups and downs, or pros and cons, because on the pros side, I would say it's a good thing because you're letting go of the negative feelings that we have. When you cry, you just get that kind of relief. So on the pro side, it's actually good because you might get help or you might feel better. But then on the negative side, we have a lot of negativity that's surrounding us. So it has its pros and cons. But then when it comes to women, whatever they're doing, expressing themselves, that's good because it's working mostly, because the number of suicides that we have, that I know of so far, is of men that are going through a lot. Women just push through no matter how hard life is, go to those church groups and all that. So that should also apply to men as well.
Does it not show weaknesses on a woman to cry, or does it, because society, what you were saying, is it not being weak?
It's not being weak. Crying is not a weakness. It's actually, you're actually shedding whatever pain or whatever negative thing you have. Do not be discouraged, or do not hold those tears back. cry, let it out, and move on. I think that's what I would say. Yeah.
Guys, we are with Miss Shanice in the building. Please kindly share this live and take someone and call a friend to call a friend. We are talking about what society expects from men. And don't forget, this video is sponsored by Glitz Hair. For those who want hair or Brazilian hair, Peruvian hair, any kind of hair that you want, please take their number there. And they also teaches how to make wigs, and they also teaches how to do installation. So please get hold of them. For those who love to look beautiful, like, look at my hair, guys, look at my hair. It's giving, it's giving. It's not giving Zimbabwe, it's giving America today. So big to you, Miss Shanice. You know, it's not easy for a lady to come and sit and talk about men. And what you take, like, on this one, yeah, it's not about the society. Yeah. The criticism that you get, you as a person, when you wrote your poems and you sit down and, like, maybe you share them with your lady friend. How do you handle with? How do you do with that? How do you handle situations like that?
So far, I haven't had a lot of criticisms. I've just had those.
A lot, so which means there are some.
There are some where people will be like, that's how men are supposed to be. What do you expect? But I take it as constructive criticism, and the point remains: men are actually feeling something out there, and it's hard. We cannot admit, but it's hard. So I stand with the poem, "Be Man Enough," society's dictation, and yeah. That's all I can say.
And what was the inspiration from the beginning when you heard your pain and you're like, let me write about being a man enough?
Being man. It's just about advocating for the vulnerable. So men are vulnerable as well. So I just had to pen it down and be, the poem was actually about emphasizing with men, being in their shoes. So if you read through the poem, it's in first person. So it's in first person. I wrote it in first person, and I was sympathizing and empathizing with men, and the fact that men are vulnerable, men are also vulnerable, that gave me the strength to write it down. Yeah.
Do you think they will agree on the word vulnerable? On its own, men, yeah, just take a picture of them and telling them that you are vulnerable.
If I am to look at a man or a male figure, I wouldn't use the word vulnerable, because that's not how they would want to hear it. But then I would find other ways. But they are vulnerable, because what is it that is causing depression? What is it that is causing suicides? What is it that is causing other men to just, there's some men who do not even have confidence in themselves because of what the society expects from them. So on that note, I would say men are vulnerable, or I would say most men are vulnerable. Yeah. So if you have someone you can share with, it's actually a good thing. But for men who cannot share whatever they're feeling with, I stand with them, and yeah.
You still call them vulnerable?
Yeah.
So this is our last question. I just want to ask you, what do you think about the society taking, like, giving names, giving jobs descriptions which are only meant for men, like, this job must be a man. Whenever you hear about engineering, it must be a man. But whenever you think about anything which hard labor, which needs energy, they say it's for men. Whenever we see a man in the salon, it's a different eye from them. Like, people may say something different, like, how can a man work in a salon? How can a man work in a beauty spa? So what's your take when society take the jobs which are only meant for men, like, this is men?
Men that are doing that should actually keep on doing that and spread the word, and also motivate others that would want to be, because you find out that men are actually better cooks than women. That it's debatable, but then
really
that's what I think.
We can start another topic and sleep here today, because ladies are not going to agree on that.
Yeah, so I would say men are actually better cooks. So if you find a man That's my point of view. If you find men in the kitchen or doing a chef job, wearing those aprons, or in the salon, it's their passion. It's how they want to live. It's what they want. So that is what we are fighting for. And it shouldn't be looked at with a side eye. We should actually applaud for those men that are doing that. And men that also want to go into that same direction should just shut everything else and go for whatever they want to go, no matter how much it's labeled feminine. Yeah, so
wow. I just want to say thank you with all information, and thank you for being there for men. I think there's some of you men there in the conversation who are like happy with that, who are going to take it like, oh, this lady was fighting for us. Maybe you're going to make someone feel better, because that's the whole point of speaking it out and coming here to speak it out. It can help someone with the same situation. Maybe they're going through depression. And they hear there's a lady which is understanding them. I think it can make them feel better. So thank you so much, Miss Shanice, for coming, and hope to see you again with more poems.
hopefully. Thank you for having me here.
So, can you give people your social media handles for those who want to hear, those who want to read about the poem? They can find you there.
So it's Shanice Artistic Mind. That's Instagram.
I love the name, Artistic Mind.
Yeah. So that's where the blogspot is. That's where the poem is. You can just click on the blogs, on that blogspot. It's going to take you right there where
to the poem.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much. For those who want to read the poem, please just follow her on Miss Shanice Artistic Mind. Zara.
Yes, yes.
Thank you guys for watching this exciting episode on Speak It Out. We were talking about what society expects from men. For those who didn't start with us, please just rewatch this video. And a special thank you to my producers, Nash and Kuda. Thank you so much. You always make this come out right. And a special thanks to my sponsors, Chido, for the dresses, guys. I'm looking beautiful and professional. And a special thank you to Hair Glitz, guys. Hey, the hair is giving and it's so beautiful. For those who want hair, please talk to Glitz. She's your girl for the hair. And a special thank you to the model shop for the cakes. Please go and learn how to make cakes from hair. And remember, it's not over until you speak it out.
Speak it out, but daily desk. Mahonero wako panyayai. Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, speak it out. Taura, yeah, speak it out. Why don't you speak it out? Why don't you speak it out? Speak it out, yeah. Now all is green.